don't care enough about turtles to stop using plastic straws. You weren't expecting a hot take like that first thing. And I just want you guys to know, it has nothing to do with turtles. Crush was my favorite part of Finding Nemo. I just hate paper straws more than I hate anything. You know, I don't think there's anything that could get me to use paper straws and be happy about it. If I found out my mom was choking on plastic straws, I'd have to make a pros and cons list to see whether I was going to keep going or halt myself there. You know, she does provide me love and support, but I also really hate changing out my straw every 4 minutes. So, kind of a coin toss at this point. They put all those fun designs on the straws. I want to meet the marketing coordinator behind paper straws. They're killing it. All these influencers. I feel guilty for using plastic straws, but I'm not going to stop. Every time I go to a bar, I make a little note if they use plastic straws or not. And if they don't, never going back. I really just hate it whenever I'm having a drink and it tastes like I'm having a rum and paper mache. Just really not into that. These aren't notes, these are Wu-Tang Clan lyrics. My parents growing up had these weird expectations of what we could be. I think all parents want to know that their children are not complete disappointments. I recently got a job at a call center, and my mom acted like I got a job at NASA. She was very excited. She's like, "What kind of technology will you be using? A telephone?" I don't know. Like when my brother stopped using painkillers recreationally. She was so proud. That's how Robert Downey Jr. got his comeback. When my sister just casually brought up her sex life, she's like, "That's how that crooked Hillary Clinton got to where she is." I don't agree with her. My mom's just like offensively Republican. Dad, on the other hand, not proud of us at all. And like, I get it. My grandfather worked in a steel mill for 31 years. He was a veteran of the Korean War. One time at Christmas, he was handing me the sweet potatoes, and he said, looking right in my eyes, said, "I held my best friend as he died in the streets of Korea." And I didn't know how to respond to that. I was already borderline on the sweet potatoes, and so I was like, not super stoked. My dad played in the MLB for a few years. He somehow stabbed himself through the hand with a knife on 2 different occasions and drove himself to the hospital. I, on the other hand, cried for 2 weeks straight after watching Hitch for the first time. Because it just really hit me how they somehow both taught each other how to love. Shit's crazy. So my parents are still married, but they live separately. It's like all the downsides of divorce, but I still only get one Christmas. It's kind of bullshit. No, my parents love each other. Humble brag. I was at a show the other day. It was a little showcase going on. A whole bunch of different artists coming up, and they each had an opportunity to sing 3 songs. But they all started off their sets by saying, "Hey, I've got an EP coming out soon." 10 straight people all had EPs coming out. So I was like, can't be that hard. I'm gonna write one. So this fall I've got 3 EPs coming out. I was totally right, not hard at all. My first EP, it's me, it's 17 tracks. You music nerds are gonna be like, that's not an EP, that's an album. It's a comedy show, get over yourself. 17 tracks of me humming Kesha off key. My second EP, it is me trying to recall every Jeff Goldblum movie, but it is set to Italian opera and dubstep. A pioneer of the industry. You're gonna remember me like you remember the Beatles. My third one, this is the one I'm most excited about. It's me trying to recall every time I thought I might be gay. Like that one time in Black Panther where Michael B. Jordan took his shirt off. Or like that one time in Creed where Michael B. Jordan took his shirt off. Or like that one time in Parenthood where Michael B. Jordan took his shirt off. I'm starting to notice a trend about the three. They all got in the 80s on Rotten Tomatoes. Don't fact check that, it's probably not right. So the other day I was in the park rehearsing the epilogue from La La Land by myself, and I overheard some people talking, and they were talking about different Hispanic cultures and different African cultures and different Asian cultures and how beautiful and colorful and wonderful they all are. Then they got to white culture and they fell startlingly silent. And so I stopped mid-scene, which if you know me, not something I like to do. Because I kind of consider myself a bit of an authority on white culture. I know you could never tell by looking at me. You look like every guy in Nashville, you guys thought as I got up. So I walked over and I was like, listen here. White culture is when it gets chilly outside, and so you make a pot of chili. Silly. White culture is polishing off 12 boneless wings, mild, the local Buffalo Wild Wings. And your dad gets up, brushes off his hand, and says, "You guys ready to rock and roll?" White culture is systemic oppression of minorities and women. That's it. That's actually the biggest one. That's all I've got. Thank you so much.
Richie Hulsenbeck, everybody. Up next, would you put your